Hi, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Kristen Jones, and I am a Premier Level 5 based out of Newmarket, Maryland. I'm really excited for tonight's training because we're really going to be focusing on personal recruiting. And listen, I know it's kind of the scariest part about our business. It's a little daunting, but as you know, the way to grow and be successful in this business is by recruiting. Okay, so when my sister asked me to join this business 3 years ago, she told me two things. She told me to stay the course and to follow the leader. Listen, staying the course is pretty obvious. Do not give up. When the going gets tough and things get a little hard or a little shaky, you just pull up your big girl, your big boy panties, and you keep on trudging along. And really following the leader is as simple as that. Our leaders are giving us the tools to succeed and to survive in this business. We have all the resources at our fingertips, like tonight's training. What we got to do with it is take it and run with it. Trust in this business, trust the model, trust the process. And duplication in this business is key. The only way to duplicate is by recruiting. If you're not recruiting, then your team's not going to be recruiting. And if you're not growing, then your team's not growing. Why? Because they're following the leader. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. Like I mentioned, I've been working this business for the past 3 years, and it's been quite a ride, quite a ride. But I have not looked back once. When my sister, elite Lexus achiever Regina Spallina, first approached me about the business, I got to be honest, I was a little shell-shocked. I didn't think that she or I would ever get into a direct sales company or multi-level marketing, and I never had the intention of ever selling skincare, but I trusted her, and I trusted her professionally. I didn't trust her enough, though, to jump right on board. I decided that I was going to sit back and wait and watch how she grew her business. At the time, I had a 2-year-old. I had a newborn at home, and I just started my own consulting, PR consulting business. So I thought I had enough on my plate. Fast forward 6 months, my sister had the best skin of her life. She was making a really nice, sizable income, had started growing her team, and really the most craziest part about it all is she was really, really happy because she had something for herself. She was starting a business, and she was growing a business, and she was an entrepreneur, so she was getting the best of both worlds. Well, sisters, if you're a good sister, you're going to share that. So I decided I was going to join her team and jump on board. Now, 6 months later, can you say regret? I mean, hello. That's probably the only regret I've had in this business is waiting that 6 months. But for me, timing was everything. So what started for my family was, a preschool paycheck has turned into so much more. It turned into a mortgage paycheck, and then it turned into a dream vacation and a dream home. I've been able to match and surpass my corporate salary, which took me 10 plus years to make. I'm home now with my 3 children, and I just can't wait to see where this business takes me in the next 2 years. Because as you know, this business is a 3 to 5 year business. So, and where I am has taken me 3 years to get to, and I'm so excited about it. I can't wait for the next 2. So, I really want to focus and change this training up a little bit. I'm going to share a few of my personal tips of how to grow your organization and your personal team, but by sharing my own personal recruiting stories. I kind of like to take real life examples and then absorb them and go with it. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's a success. Okay. So my first tip is, it sounds really obvious, but to be social. Really the only way to grow your network is to make new friends, to meet new people, to put yourself out there. If you're saying your mouth is open, when your mouth is open, your store is open, well, you can't sell anything, the business or the products, if you're not opening your mouth and you're not talking to people. I hear it all the time. Kristen, I've exhausted my network. I've talked to everybody on Facebook. I've talked to all my family and friends. I've spoken to everybody I've ever met in my life. I'm stuck. There's no one else. Well, I find that it's a little hard to believe. Use your memory jogger, find new people, make new friends. But if that's the case, then literally make new friends. Here's how you do it. You join groups. You can join a women's business networking group in your area. You can join a running group if you like to run, or a sewing group, or join a garden club. Whatever it is, whatever your interest lies, join a group, make new friends, find people who have like-minded interests and hobbies. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm able to take my kids to the library or to the park and start up conversations with people and other moms while they're pushing their kids on the swings. Start up a ladies' wine night in your neighborhood, cocktails. Whatever it is, it's an opportunity for you to make new friends. So, here is, meet Amy Gehring. Amy has been my business partner since November 2013. We met at, get this, a pampered chef party. Listen, I went to a neighbor's pampered chef party to support her because she's always come to my Rodan events. And I really had no intention of going. I didn't want to buy a brownie pan and I didn't want to buy another spatula, and all I really wanted to do was drink some wine. Well, I happened to sit next to Amy Gehring. She was a stay-at-home mom, she had 3 kids, and she was a self-proclaimed skincare junkie. Ding, ding. So, unfortunately, which I will never make this mistake again, I didn't have a mini facial on me. I got her information and I sent her a mini facial the next day. She fell in love with the microdermabrasion paste. She loved the night renewing serum and she wanted to try products. She asked me for my 3 to 4 recommendations of products that she could get started on. So of course I got her on the phone. I said, if you really are interested in spending $300+ on products and you're a stay-at-home mom and you're loving skincare, would you be interested in the business? And you know what? She was. She joined me in the business. Man, am I glad she did. Amy is a product guru. She has 60+ PCs. She's earned everything from a Kate Spade bag to the Tiffany necklace to the Bose speakers through our Lead the Way program. And she's growing a really successful organization. I would not have met Amy if I didn't go to that pampered chef party. I mean, we still laugh about it to this day. But listen, if I didn't go, I wouldn't have grown. All right, my next tip is go for the no. The more no's you get, the closer you are to getting that yes. If you're not hearing no, you're not approaching enough people or talking to as many people about the business as you should be. Hearing that no, you feel a little sense of rejection, sure. You get a little pang in your stomach like, ugh, gosh, just want to join me in business. It's a little disheartening, but you really just have to have a tough skin and you have to move on. This business isn't for everybody, but your goal should get at least 100 no's. And listen, that's it. If they weren't your business partner and they weren't your preferred customer in the first place, I say this to my team all the time, then you have nothing to lose. Then they're not going to be a business partner or a PC, and they weren't one before. Okay, who cares? Move on. But what if you took that no? Somebody said no to you, and you took it as a not right now. And you took that no and you put them in your funnel anyway, and you stayed connected. What do you think would happen? Well, I'd like to introduce you to Alyssa Ranson. Alyssa Ranson was the top salesperson in her company, earning a sizable income. Sizable, like a lot. She had just purchased a brand new home, was pregnant with her first son, and I'm not kidding with you, every time she posted on Facebook, man, this girl got at least 300 likes and like 25 comments. I mean, people were watching her. She's charismatic and funny, and you know who else was watching her? I was watching her. Alyssa we went to neighboring high schools. We really weren't friends. She was my husband's neighbor growing up across the street, but I knew her and I knew her well, and we were friends on Facebook. So I decided, what do I have to lose? I'm going to reach out to her about the business. She's exactly who I want to be, a business partner of mine. She's a dream teamer. So my heart was pounding. I put together my little note and I pressed send. And you know what? Alyssa got back to me and said, no, thank you. And I was kind of close for like, hell no. She said, listen, I love my job. I'm making really good money, and I just don't see me working a business like that. But I might be interested in products, so I'll be back in touch. So I stayed connected with Alyssa. You know, I knew she was pregnant with her first son, so I asked her how she was feeling. We talked about names. I liked pictures of hers. She did her, gender reveal and commented on that. Anytime I had an opportunity to stay connected with Alyssa, I did. Well, fast forward like 9 months later, Alyssa had her son and had a really mean case of melasma and reached out to me about the product. And you know what she said? I can remember when she actually sent this email to me. If I like the products and they work for me, then I might think about selling them. So, sure enough, next step was I'm going to get Alyssa on the phone. I'm going to share with her about the products, but she's super business savvy. I'm going to talk to her about the business. And she, instead of getting reversed, she joined me in business. This was a hell no. Alyssa said, no way. And you know what? In 9 months, my gut was right. Alyssa shot to the top and hit level 5 in 9 months. She has since quit her 11+ year career to stay home with her son full time because she already saw the potential of this business and what it could do for her family. And she's helped 2 of her business partners earn their kit investment back. I mean, this woman is going straight to the top. So don't take no for an answer. Go for the no's, but then take those no's and make them a not right now. Okay? All right. So then here's number 3. Everything with this business is consistency and patience. Like my experience with Alyssa, really prospecting and recruiting, you've heard this before, is like dating. You know, you're kind of courting the person. It's going to build over time because although we have a sense of urgency about this business and we want them to join us right now because we know the time is now, we talk about it all the time, it doesn't mean that that's for everybody. But if we stay the course, it will happen, I promise. And yes, people in this business hit major milestones within the company in less than 2 years. But let's be honest, that's not the norm. And that's really actually like 0.05% of people in this company. This business is a 3 to 5 year plan. So really build a strong foundation first. And that's just not with your business, but that's with your networks as well, and especially your prospects. How many times have you reached out to somebody in this business and they've responded immediately, yes, I'm going to join you in business? It doesn't happen that way. So you have to be smart, you have to stay patient, and you have to be consistent. All right, so meet Amanda Fitzgerald. Amanda and I have known each other since grade school. She's a dancer, as you can tell. She's a really stunning model, and she's a mom of two. I approached her about the business 2 years ago. 2 years ago. We actually met for lunch. We gabbed about, high school and grade school and caught up about the business. She was intrigued, but timing was not right for her. So we stayed connected. I was, again, like Alyssa, commenting on her Facebook posts. She has a sister who's on Broadway who's super, super successful, and I would send them both, Power Sister, calls or blogs from the Redefine blog, testimonials about Power Partners and Power Sisters. I really checked in as often as I can, dripping a little bit of information, but because we were friends, we stayed connected. It wasn't until Amanda tried the products, and this was 2 years later, tried the products and started receiving compliments. She used the tanner and a few other products and was loving them. And people were actually starting to see a difference in her complexion and her face and her skin. So she reached out to me, was ready to talk a little bit more seriously about this business. Listen, it goes to show, just because they aren't quite ready for the business doesn't mean that they're not going to join you in business. But here's the other thing. If your prospects are not ready to join, get them started on product. I should have done that 2 years ago, but I didn't, because even if they're not ready for the business, the products will seal the deal for you. I'm just thankful that it happened within the 2 year mark. Amanda finally joined my team in mid-May. She had her first promotion in just a few weeks, has already brought me 4 3-way calls, and is ready to run with this business. So, it took me 2 years to have Amanda join me in this team, but it was well worth the 2 years because she's going to be a rock star. All right. Now, the next topic and tip is cold networks. That's like a really scary term. Basically, reaching out to complete and utter strangers, people you don't know. Talk about scary. But it's really a great way to expand your network and find new connections. Every day I check Facebook friends recommendations to add new connections. It may feel a little weird at first, but friend them. And when they accept your friend request, shoot them a message thanking them for accepting your request and mentioning your mutual connection. Start up that conversation. It's a really great way to actually start up a conversation. But listen, here's the kicker. At the core of it, we're not really looking for new best friends. We're looking for business partners. So transparency is key. It's so important. Don't try to be their best bud. Be clear in your intentions. State it. Be really obvious. They'll appreciate it. Okay, so meet Angela Decker. Man, aren't my business partners really stunning? They really are. Okay, meet Angela Decker. Angela is the daughter-in-law of my first boss out of college. I've never met Angela before in my life. We actually weren't even Facebook friends. I saw that my old boss' son had a new grandson. So, checked. Her daughter-in-law saw it was Angela, friended her on Facebook. Again, never met her before. I knew that if she was anything like her mother-in-law, that she would be really perfect for this business, super savvy. Listen, she's also a new working mom who wouldn't want a little side income, something extra for herself. So we've all been there before, right? So I friended her. I sent her a message on Facebook congratulating her for a new baby, obviously mentioning our mutual contact, her mother-in-law, and how awesome she is. And then I was really honest. And I said, listen, I really wanted to chat with you about a little bit of side income. I told her about my growing business, what it's done for me, and then I was looking for smart, savvy people to partner with. And my heart almost skipped a beat. She was a complete stranger. I sent her that message on April 5th at 1:15 p.m. And on April 5th at 1:19 p.m., she actually wrote me back and said she would love to. So Angela joined me in April, at the end of April, and has been a rock star business partner. So somebody you've never met before, literal strangers, are open to hearing about this business and learning more and seeing what this opportunity is all about. So create new connections and new networks for yourself. But let's continue on with the topic of cold network, because it's not just about Facebook. Let's talk about LinkedIn. Man, LinkedIn is completely untapped social networking site right now. We should all be using it and capitalizing on it. People are on LinkedIn looking for professional opportunities to make professional connections, to network. I mean, literally, LinkedIn is a gold mine. Tap into it. So in addition to the free memberships that it has, I'm sure you know, but they also offer a premium service so that you can actually reach out and connect to people who you're not connected with. Because right now, if it's not your first generation connection, you can actually send them a personal message. So they actually have an advanced service where you can find people in your area, do an advanced search term by company name, by city, by profession. You can trial it for free for 1 month, completely for free. And then after that, it's a paid service. So I encourage all of you to do it. Trial it. It's risk-free. And like I said, people are on LinkedIn to meet and mingle with other professionals and find and look for opportunities. Okay, so meet Stacy Ziegler. Stacy is my business partner who has been utilizing social media to the max, especially LinkedIn lately, because she lives in a very, very small rural mountain town in Colorado. I mean, it's like tiny, like really tiny. It takes her like hours to get anywhere. Maybe not hours, but I mean, she doesn't see a lot of people. So what she did was she first did a search on LinkedIn to find possible people to connect with. She typed in the name of her old company. She was a really successful farmer rep before she decided to stay home with her son. And when she did that search, it came back with over 2,500 names. 2,500 names all over the country. That's 2,500 people that you can connect with and start a conversation with. So talk about a new network. So after they accept her invite to connect, she then sent them the following message. Hey Kathy, thanks for accepting my connection request. I see that we have a similar background and some common connections. The reason why I'm reaching out and connecting is that I'm now an entrepreneur and I'm looking at expanding my company into X area. I love working with and connecting with really sharp, successful people like yourself to form strategic partnerships. I was wondering if you'd be open to a short call sometime so I can share with you a little bit about what I do and what I'm looking for and see if you know of anyone that comes to mind. She had a little bit more, but I think that's the gist of it. The response for her has been astounding. Stacy has had more connections and conversations with people on LinkedIn in the last 3 weeks than she has in the last 6 months of using just Facebook Messenger. More in 3 weeks by using LinkedIn than 6 months through Facebook. Untapped market. But it's our little secret, so don't tell anybody. Keep it amongst us. All right. So my last tip is, obvious of obvious, is leveraging your PCs. Again, another no-brainer tip, but you don't know how many times I've actually spoken with team members who have said that, again, they feel stumped, they really need to grow their network, they need to look for more opportunities, and I bring up immediately PCs. Have you tried to leverage your PCs? Have you approached any of your loyal PCs and talked to them about the business? And you know what? They say no. It's like an aha moment. Listen, these are people who are loyalists. They're loving the products. They're probably sharing their results with their friends and family anyway. So why not make a little extra money too? And most of the time, your PCs don't really know what this business is all about. They don't know about the opportunity. They don't really know how you work the business. So it takes a little bit of education. So here's what I do. I try and reach out to my PCs over the phone during a replenishment month. So I'll talk to them about the products they're using if they have any questions, provide some recommendations on new products, and then I talk to them about my referral program and talk to them about the business. It's a really great opportunity to kind of pick their brain and ask them for referrals and why you're sharing what you do and how this business works. You know, for them it's like, oh, maybe I could do this too. So I want you guys to meet Cara O'Neill. She has been, she's actually my newest business partner as of this week. Cara has been a loyal PC since May of 2014. She's young, she's charismatic, she's a teacher, and she absolutely loved her results from using Unblemished. She actually started sending me new customers. So talk about a loyal PC too. She was ordering like every 60 to 90 days for 2 years. I, of course, approached her about the business, which was around the same time she was going to get married, so the timing was not right. But listen, fast forward a couple years, she's now a teacher who's going to be off school. They're talking about having a baby and growing their family, and she's really seen my business grow, and she wants that for herself. One of the things that she actually said to me recently and during our conversation was, she said, "Thank you for being patient with me, but also really thank you for thinking about me and sharing this opportunity." So leverage your PCs. If you haven't gone to all of your PCs already to talk to them about the business, that should be on your to-do list tomorrow. All right, so remember, be social, go for the no, be persistent and consistent, tap into your cold networks, especially LinkedIn, and don't overlook those PCs. All right, I hope you learned a little something tonight. And if you have any questions and want to reach out, I'm always available. Thank you.